I'm joined by Benkai, who has put up some phenomenal performances for Paper X as they battled their way through the group of death and put up an excellent performance, actually, against both teams that you guys came up against. I want to start, though, with the celebration that you guys, or rather the pre-match ritual, I suppose, that you come out with. Did you have dirty teeth? Were you just waking up? What was happening with that one?
I mean, we just wanted to make possibly our last entrance, which turned out it was our last entrance. We just wanted to make it memorable for everyone, and we just thought it was funny at the same time to just act like we just woke up from the hotel and we just wandered on to the stage. So yeah.
I like it. Benkai, was that a deliberate kind of idea from you and the rest of them to just thoroughly enjoy your trip to Berlin? It feels like ever since the press conference, your attitude has been different to some of the other teams here. It's been more chilled out, more relaxed, more about enjoying things and reveling in the kind of celebration of Valorant.
Yeah, I mean, for us as a team, like we already hit our goals. Our goal this year was just to make it to Masters Berlin. I mean, it's unfortunate that we couldn't qualify for champions, but we still have a chance in the last chance qualifiers. But we come here with a relatively positive mindset. Like we were just gonna roll with whatever comes because we really hit our goal of qualifying here, and we were just happy with whatever we got. Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that first map then against SMB, because I've got to admit, my expectations for Paper X were relatively low. The former SEA team X10, when they came to Reykjavik, they looked competent, but they didn't really have major performances against the top teams. And yet you're out here doing well against Vision Strikers in the opening match. And then you took the first map off SMB, who finished second in EMEA. Run me through that one. It's their map pick. It's a 14-12 in the end, and it felt like your attack side in particular worked extremely well.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously did our homework yesterday and we had a general game plan. So we didn't really panic throughout the whole way, even though we were down a few rounds towards the end. We just stuck to the game plan and we just mounted the comeback from there. And we never really lost confidence in, like, regardless of what the score was. So yeah, so that's I guess we had a really good mentality going into the map.
It seemed like a lot of it was built around Devi being playing on the sky as well. Normally, it feels like when I watch your team, it's all about Forsaken. It's about setting him up, having these big star performances. You managed to win that match, or that map, sorry, without Forsaken actually having one of those monster performances. It was more around kind of Devi and the whole team throwing the right utility, isolating the players on SMB and taking them out. Well, can you explain a little more about that game plan and what worked so well?
Yeah, I mean, so we kind of concluded that if they watch the demo of us against Vision Strikers, that we like to use Forsaken a lot for map control, and that normally where he was where the whole team was going. So we kind of used that to our advantage this game by just sending him in to get early map control to just force them to rotate over. And we just got the rest of us to just hit somewhere else while Forsaken is making the play there. So that was basically our game plan for the entire attacking side, which worked out in the end. So we didn't really need Forsaken. Like his job was just to pull the rotators away. Yeah.
Seemed to work pretty well. What were the confidence levels like after you win that OT? That must have been a big deal for you guys, winning that first map at LAN.
Yeah, obviously we were really happy. We were just looking forward to the next map. And yeah, I just enforced it to get my team to just reset their mindset, which I mean, I guess in hindsight didn't really work out because we got rolled on the second map, which is unfortunate. So yeah.
So what went on there? What's the reasoning behind the Breeze pick? Because as far as I'm aware, it's not one that you normally pick when you play domestically. I could be wrong here. Please correct me if I am. But it seems like it was in both teams. Perhaps like not a normal pick for either team. Like both teams seemed like they were trying to figure things out on the fly quite a lot.
Yeah, normally we're actually pretty confident on Breeze. Like it's one of our favorite maps.
Okay.
Back in Southeast Asia, actually.
Right.
Yeah, so when it comes to it, I guess we just had a few habits that we couldn't kick out of in the end because there were a very minute changes that we had to do in order to start getting more rounds on the attacking side. and we just couldn't adjust in time, and they were just a lot sharper on that map. Like it played to their advantage because they are mainly known as like a pretty strong firepower team. So I guess in the end, we just couldn't like adjust in time to mount a comeback. So yeah.
That split map, though, that things ended on seemed very winnable for you. I just want to ask a little bit, coming out of the game in as a whole, you've said that you felt you reached your goals for this year and you did well. Is there any part of you that's disappointed that you didn't capture that opportunity? Because the map did seem winnable.
Yeah, so obviously we are very disappointed, and we are gonna go through the demo maybe tomorrow or when we get back, when we're all back at our home countries. But I mean, it's nothing really to look down on. Like regardless, I still think we did pretty well for like a team of our caliber to come here and take on like the second seed of EMEA. And yeah, I mean, it was within our grasp, I would say. We just didn't have enough material on the attacking side to just pull through. Yeah.
It does feel like you've represented the SEA region extremely well. The performance is it's incredible considering the group that you were put in as well. Was the people were looking at even the other top teams from EMEA and from Korea as well and thinking, well, only two of these can go through. It's a serious group of death. How do you feel you've represented Southeast Asia? It feels like there were more responsibilities perhaps on your shoulders from the fans because Bren wasn't able to be there to also represent the region. Are you confident or happy with what ended up occurring here at Berlin?
In terms of Brand not being able to make it, obviously I'm not I'm
Sure.
pretty sad that they couldn't get here. But in terms of us representing Southeast Asia as a region, I think we definitely could have done better. I feel like, in my opinion, we should have took that match. We should have took that matchup easily. Not really easily, but at least we would have put up a fight, which we did. But
Sure.
I feel like we should have won split. Yeah, but also it's just unfortunate, honestly. Like the group that we were put into. Like I feel like we would have gotten out of any of the other groups that we would have gotten put into, except like maybe the Sentinels one because they're pretty insane. But but yeah, so that's all I have to say. Actually, like it's just unfortunate, like the group that we got put into.
Yeah. What kind of things do you think you've learned that you can take back to SEA? You're going to be playing in LCQ. You've still got a chance of being able to make champions. What are some of the learning points that you've taken away from these games in Berlin?
So it's gonna be a pretty tough fight in LCQ because there's gonna be a lot of strong teams there too. And I guess the takeaway from here in Berlin is generally it's taught us a lot of concepts and theories that we didn't really get to see in Southeast Asia. Like the way some of the EU teams play, it's pretty, I would say, a tier above those in Southeast Asia. So we're gonna obviously be screaming as much as we can with whatever time we have left, and we're gonna bring that experience back.
I wish you all the best in that. It's going to be interesting to watch you play. That entire LCQ is going to be stacked with great teams, but I think I speak for everybody here at Plat Chat when I say that you've absolutely proven that you can perform at that level, and I'm going to be following with much anticipation. Thank you for joining me for the interview, Benkai, and best of luck as you head into that tournament.
Yeah, thanks so much. Have a good one.
Thank you, man.